I was sexually assaulted by my parents' neighbors. A father and son. The son was in his teens, I was 8. They used to put me in this walk-in closet and have showtime. I never realized what was happening until several years after we had moved from my grandmother's house in Phoenix to Houston. Fast forward, 20 years goes by and I have a daughter of my own. She's 4 and we decided to visit Grandma in good old Valley of the Sun. We get there and a few days pass and one day my daughter's outside with her older cousins playing. I step outside to check on her, and I'm greeted with that same ducking neighbor's son, holding my daughter giving her raspberries, while his dad is playing with the other's cousins. Something clicked. More like a twitch in my mind, something tipped me just a nudge. But it started something. I walked outside, grabbed my daughter, and corralled the kids and made my presence known. That tipping point sent me into an emotional spiral of brooding thoughts. I'm white collar, I make my money off of thinking. I'd never say this to real-life human, nor will I ever give the details of how I did it. But several months after our visit with Grandma, my wife thought I had another work training, when in fact I came back to Phoenix. I burned their home to the ground. Everything was lost except for the master bedroom and walk-in closet. P.S. A well-placed anonymous tip does amazing things to duck up someone's life. They both survived, unfortunately. I swear to God I've hoped I've done enough good in my life to earn at least one wish. That would be to meet those low-life maggot creepers in hell, and be their eternal tormentor. I look at my daughter every day and know she gave me the strength I needed as an adult I didn't have as a child. The girl who was my best friend, and my fiancé at one point, committed suicide. I have proof that she faked it, and she's now living with a very rich 50-year-old man. She's 21. I know these people and she didn't even leave the city. Everyone thinks she passed away and there is even a tombstone with her name on it. I don't know whose body is in there, but it's not hers. I have 2 girlfriends. One I've been seeing for 3 years, the other 1 year and a half. I'm living with the 3-year one. I cheat on both of them with other girls. The thrill is ducking addicting, but I've devoted so much into both these girls, I would be devastated losing either of them. They both serve different needs. I know I have to choose eventually, but it's hard weighing the pros and cons of both and picking. I'm roughly 5 years into a relationship and still have no idea if I want to marry the girl. This was me last year. 5 years in, she wanted to get engaged. She said I was the one. I wasn't sure, because she was the only girlfriend I'd ever had. So I pushed her to pursue her career while I traveled. By the time I came home 8 months later, I was ready to settle down, but it was too late. She had found happiness in another guy. I haven't heard her voice in over 4 months. I miss my best friend. This won't ruin me, because I've already went no contact with my mom, but it still hurts and is a big secret I've not told anyone. When I was a kid, I had asthma pretty bad. So, I'd be up all night, coughing constantly. My mom and I lived with her parents. We shared a room, so I slept in her bed often when I was a toddler. Mom would come home from work and lay down for bed, but I'd keep her awake with my coughing. Sometimes at night I'd be coughing and she would hug me so tight that I couldn't breathe. It would really distress me that I couldn't breathe, but I knew Mom loved me so much, and I didn't want to tell her she was literally squeezing me to death, because I was afraid of hurting her feelings. So I'd just tell her that I loved her so much, and she would cry pretty hard after that. Took me years after having my own kid and treating him gently to figure out that it's actually pretty difficult to squeeze a kid so hard that they couldn't breathe. Mom is bipolar and has had other incidents of hurting people and abandoning those in her care that need medication and can't take care of themselves. So, I finally put it together and figured out, Mom would be so agitated with my asthma that she would try to stop me from coughing by squeezing me almost to death. And then she would cry out of guilt when I told her I loved her,